Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM. It is your guy Boulanger, and up next on the GM, Ravens versus Bengals post game reaction. Do me a quick favor, hit like. If it is your first time checking us out, hit subscribe. Also, hit the notification bell so that you get updates when we upload new content. Let's talk about it. So the Baltimore Ravens get a big win on Thursday Night Football against an in-division rival, the Cincinnati Bengals, and I chalk this up as two wins. Of course, you guys know how I think about division games. It is a division win, but then it also counts in the later playoff seeding and things like that. So it kind of, for me, serves as two wins. It was really good to see the Baltimore Ravens get a win last night, especially with the big loss to Mark Andrews. And it looks like he'll be lost for the season, which is the big news coming out of last night. A secondary topic or subject coming out of last night is Lamar Jackson's ankle. Okay, looked like he certainly tweaked his a part of his lower body extremity. Look, and the report that I heard or saw was that he had hurt his ankle. You definitely had some concerns. The whole stadium had a gasp of air when he didn't get up off the sideline quickly, end up going to the blue tent, but he did return and finish the game. And he was still able to run around in the pocket and make things happen, which was a good sign. It's really a blessing that we have 10 days off before our next contest so that he has time to rest, he has time to heal, he has time to get treatment. Unfortunately, there is none of that for Mark Andrews. I have three main reactions from last night's game. One is a holistic thought. I think the Baltimore Ravens held onto the rope last night, and it was good to see. What I mean by held onto the rope is that the Baltimore Ravens, like typical fashion this year, they went right down the field, started fast, got a touchdown, went up 7-0. Okay. And after that, the rest of the first quarter, they were stuck in the mud. And typically, when we see that happen from the Baltimore Ravens, we get a little bit anxious, a little bit worried as fans because we know that if we don't take care of business, then we allow a team to stay close, and we know how close games go. So I thought that they held onto the rope until they could get some more things back on track. They put up two more touchdowns in the second quarter, which kind of put the game away. Big time throw, big time play from Lamar Jackson to Rashad Bateman right before the half to get that touchdown. Big time play in that aspect, which kind of put the game out of distance. It was good to see them come out in the second half and put two additional touchdowns on the board, and just kind of solidify the win. So I thought that that was good. The effort was good. Um, from a holistic perspective. My second reaction is that I thought that the offense is concerning. It's even more concerning now that we are in week 11. We still don't see a flow. And again, remember my video yesterday was really wrong with the Ravens. Spoke about the difference between when we play AFC teams and NFC teams. And this is another NFC matchup that, excuse me, AFC matchup that we blew the team out in some aspects. But if you really think about it, we didn't really have a flow offensively. And that is still concerning because if we get in matchups with teams who are flowing, with their offense, now we get into a shootout. And the question is, can we shoot it out? Right? Kind of a benefit, a gift, if you will, last night was that Joe Burrow went out. Now, I'm not saying they would have won, meaning the Bengals would have won if Joe Burrow had a played, but we did get a break. We did get a break with Joe Burrow going out of the game, and kind of a balance. They lose Joe Burrow, we lose Mark Andrews. Not equal, right? It's not equal loss, starting quarterback, starting tight end, but we did get a break last night, and we capitalized on that. So, and for me, we got to play who we play. You know what I'm saying? If Joe Burrow went out and we played the backup, it is what it was. We've lost people before. We've lost uh, um, Lamar Jackson before and had to play. the rest of the season without Lamar Jackson. So you play who you play. You can't help injuries. Okay, but nevertheless, I thought that the offense was still hit or miss. Okay, we definitely took advantage of big plays, and then we left some plays out on the field. We left probably a 30-40 yard pass completion and or a touchdown down the left side of the field, depending on how you're looking at the play, down the left side of the field to Odell Beckham overthrow by Lamar Jackson. Another big time play could have been made down the right side of the field to Rashad Bateman, kind of an overthrow. And then there was a couple of other deep ball passes that were also overthrows. And so I think that if we can hit on a little more of those deep passes, the offense will have more of a flow because when the guy's open and the ball is missed, right? Whether it's dropped or overthrow or whatever, it's kind of deflating when you have to come back to the huddle and figure out what you do next. Um, and so I think that we have to tighten up those things in that area. And then reactional thought number three is I thought that the defense didn't perform as well in the front seven. Yes, we had 5 sacks, but the Bengals seemed to run the ball more effectively than we're accustomed to. So I still thought we got pushed around a little bit in the run game. At one point in the game, into the second quarter, the Bengals were averaging 8 yards per carry. And so I think that the Ravens have to tighten up that run defense because you cannot let a team be two dimensional like that. You can't let them average 8 yards per carry and then have a quarterback who is just filling in the gaps and moving his team down the field. So I thought that although we had a good win, okay, a good win on a short week against a division foe, I thought that there are still some things that we have to tighten up on. But overall, good team win. We did not let go of the rope. Um, a few more bonus thoughts. I thought that Brandon Stevens is a flat out stud against Jamar Chase. I don't know what it is about Jamar Chase that uh, raises Brandon Stevens' level of play, but it certainly does. Balled out against Jamar Chase again on last night. So very good. I thought Marcus Williams played a really good game last night in coverage and batting the ball away. I don't want to get accustomed to that. I still want to see Geno Stone playing. I still want to see them switching up looks and things like that. I thought Ronald Darby was in solid coverage last night, and so I thought that was good. I thought the linebacker play was underwhelming um, on the defense, specifically the interior linebackers. Um, Talked about the defense. I thought the pass rush was solid to good last night. We probably should have had about 8 sacks if we finished the play. I think we have to definitely do that because we continue to see quarterbacks who are mobile. We continue to see them make plays against our defense. We have to be able to finish the play. We have a guy who is super mobile and Justin Herbert coming up in about 10 days. So we got to be able to finish the play. And I know that they're watching tape. They're going to be scheming against it. And so we have to tighten up our edges and finish the play when we get there. I thought Tavis Robinson had a good game, got his first sack last night. I thought Calvin Noy, Jadavion County played well. I thought Odafe Owe played well last night. Made a couple of bad penalties, but overall I thought he played well. When we jumped to the offensive side of the ball, some bonus thoughts. Odell Beckham came into his own last night. Really good to see. I think I mentioned him earlier. Um, let's see who else. I thought Gus Edwards ran hard last night, and then I thought they misused Keaton Mitchell, and I thought they underused Justice Hill. Justice Hill has been a guy who has shown power to run between the tackles, but shows speed to get outside. And I think from what I remember, he only had 1 carry last night. That's a misuse of Justice Hill, and I thought they misused Keaton Mitchell. He had 8 carries. They kind of used him like a traditional running back. He is not that. He is a guy who has elite level speed, and you're not going to showcase his speed by treating him like a traditional running back. He had 8 carries, but only had like 40 yards or something like that. Maybe had less than 40 yards from what I remember. Um, but you have to pitch him the ball and let him use his speed to hit the edge, right? That's how you have to use a guy like a Keaton Mitchell. You have to throw him the ball. From what I remember, he only had 1 catch last night. That's a misuse of Keaton Mitchell. But I knew the Ravens would do that because that's how they kind of work. They're either all or nothing. They either use you in the context of a misuse, or they either don't use you at all, such as last week. So I think that, again, there are certain things we have to tighten up. We are now officially in the stretch run. I think we are in a good space where we have basically one game against the Chargers in the next 3 weeks because we go into our bye week after that. So I think that having 10 days before we play the Chargers is beneficial. And then I think basically having 2 weeks before we play again, that gives us time to heal up. That gives us time to see what's going on with Ronnie Stanley. That gives us time to see what's going on with Marlon Humphrey. See if we can get these guys back for the final 5 games. I think that's going to be super, super important, especially with a Mark Andrews out. I think in this time also, it's time that uh, that Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kolar can use to get more integrated into the offense, since Mark Andrews is probably lost for the entire season. So definitely want to see these things. If I was a coach, my guys wouldn't even come into the building until Wednesday. I want them. I want them off their feet. I want them getting good food. I want them relaxing. I want them getting massages and whatever else they do to get their bodies ready. I want them uh, uh, getting treatment if they need treatment. And all I want them doing is in the playbook, because at this point in the season, nobody's healthy, and so we want to help. We want to allow them to repair their bodies. And then the last thing I'll say about this game is the Lamar Jackson injury, which had all of Ravens Nation holding their breath. It was good to see him uh, make it back into the game, which says the injury is not major, but we want to be super cautious um, with him running the ball going into the Chargers game, because I don't think the ankle will be fully healthy within 10 days. So we want to be super cautious. We only want him running when he has to run, meaning when he's scrambling and things like that. Big time matchup against the Chargers. We'll have some content and material about that. I'll have some different subject matter coming out about the AFC North and the AFC coming up over the next 4 or 5 days. But I'm gonna take the weekend off, get refreshed, and we'll get back at our grind. So listen, let me know what you guys want me to know in the comment section. I'm your guy Boulanger. This is the GM, and we're out.